Everyone. The gameplay trailer has been released on Twitter 10 minutes ago, thanks to my goat, IDV Clue. We're gonna watch it together. What's up, Teeth? What's up, Jenna? What's up, Fizzy? We are gonna watch this trailer together. I'm so excited. It's crazy because we literally just did. You know what I might actually do? I might download this video for this, so that we have good video quality. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. Awesome sauce. The day I decided to take a break from IDV, right? Hey, he's not going to be out for another like 2 weeks, so it's all good. Okay. Actually, you know, we're just going to do it like this. Okay, guys. This is not a false alarm. We have actual gameplay. Yeah, we literally did the we just did predictions earlier today on stream live, and I already had to boot stream back up so that we could react to gameplay. I predicted it was someone was like, when is your prediction for when they're going to release gameplay? And I was like, Saturday, but in my heart of hearts I was like thinking, what if they did it later today? All right. Okay. An emergency stream, exactly. Yeah, I am. My OBS is cutting in and out for some reason, but you know, we should be fine. Okay, guys, are we ready? No, it is stream. It's my internet, or my connection rather. I don't know if it's my connection or like what it is. If I'm being honest. Okay, guys. I'm scared. What if he's like stupid and bad and boring? I'm scared. I'm scared. What if he cringe? What if he cringe? Okay, guys, are we ready? We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it together. This is I saw the length of the trailer and I was like, dang, almost 5 minutes. I've seen it and he seems like your type. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, we're gonna watch. All right. I will be pausing. Sorry, but I will be pausing to like collect myself. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait. Huh. I we have we have a problem. We have a problem. Hold on. Let me see if there is an English translation that I could yoink potentially. Because let's see. We might have to just see the visuals. Because I don't see another version. Do we have a is there one released yet? Do we know or no? If not, we're just gonna watch Chinese version and get the visual stimulation. They did the translation ones on a different day, I see. Well, we'll watch this regardless. And see what's going on with him. Is his in-game model ugly? I feel like it might be. It's not bad. I don't think his in-game model is bad. It's not great. But, you know, I think it's better than the art that it, you know, it's better than the art portrays, in my opinion. I'm going to eat his hair. His hair does look very edible. Okay. I'm scared. Okay. So he's violinist. Gotcha. Oh, what the heck? What in the world? What does this do? Oh, wait, that's fun. Wait, what in the heck? Hello? Wait, that's crazy. Oh, he looks really difficult, though. He is ball! So he places down a track and can go on it. Okay. He seems like he's gonna be very tricky to play right. He looks so short. He's so very short. He just goes through walls, right? He is one with the ball. Right? If the timers were specific angles, he would be so difficult to understand. Okay, so now what does that do? One can only wonder. You can make a little cage and block off ciphers. So he does have some map pressure. Wait, what does that do? I'm curious. He can send balls! He can send balls! Please do chip damage. Oh, that's cool. So he has good camp. Do damage. What the? Hello? Oh, that's really interesting. Wait, how far away can you capture people? Hello? Wait, that's fire. That reduced the decoding progress, I see. Alright, so presence upgrade makes that go faster. Okay. And makes you be able to go further, I'm assuming? Oh. It makes it so that you, the recovery is faster. Right? The animations are really nice. His facial expressions are kind of goofy. So that makes it go slower. Interesting. Do damage. Oh man. Someone said in the server he's the new Sangria, but better pressure. I can see it. That's kind of crazy. His movement is, like, obviously not as good as Sangria, but... Actually, no, because they have different trade-offs. Because he has very, like, long... Like, he literally crossed the map in a few seconds speed. But he can... He's... Yeah. Yeah, his movement is a lot more rigid. That's a good way to describe it. Oh, it's so cool looking though. Right? He's gonna go crazy when people know how to play him. He's gonna be really tricky to, like, control properly though, because, like, watch when it curves, right? And you're trying to place down a new one. You can't stop. It's, like, constantly moving. So if you're not fast enough with it, you could miss your opportunity to jump from this. And just keep going. But dang, once people understand how to move properly with him, he's gonna go nuts. He's so short, dude. He's so short. He's a tiny, tiny man. I already feel like the tracks, I'm gonna call them tracks, I feel like they might last, actually, they feel like they last a long time. Oh, that's crazy. Wait, that's crazy. You could just put a stationary ball on an objective, like a door or dungeon. You could put it on dungeon or obviously ciphers or like windows, pallets. Yeah, this has to go away. This is getting nerfed. The door. He has so much movement. That's crazy. That's so ridiculous. And you can just move them right in front of you, even if you capture them from halfway across the map. Well, guys. All right. So we got like nothing right. um, well, okay, we're gonna do what we did for all the other ones. We're gonna rank what we got right and what we got wrong. So obviously, pool billiard themed, he has balls. I'm gonna count that as a win. We'll rewatch, by the way. We'll rewatch. He has no chip damage. Um, he does not have this little map that we thought he might have. He actually has pretty good map pressure. Pretty great map pressure, actually. Um, he has speed ups, but he doesn't have slowdowns. I wonder how large his charge attack is. That could be interesting. Yeah. We're gonna give this an orange. Because he technically has a speed up. Second form where he goes full furry? No, he goes ball mode. He does not have any recharge. Let's actually just instead of going through everything, let's see if we have gotten anything correct. Um let's see. I feel like his gameplay does revolve around his basic attack, honestly. Because he doesn't have any other means to deal damage. So that would be a no. He could be charge attack based still, but I would argue we didn't get that because the thought process behind this is like that's the entirety of his kit is charge attack. He's not a projectile hunter. I feel like he's going to be considered pretty strong, but he is, in my opinion, going to be closer to clerk core strong because he's going to need obviously, like, if you master his movement, he's going to be strong. But you're only mastering one part of his kit because he has so much more in his kit that he can use. He's definitely bald. He's for sure bald. I feel like it's pretty even for this. Because there's still like he has that manipulation of particles and the billiards as well. He likes balls for sure. Wait, we actually got this technically right, I would say. Potentially walks through walls and obstacles. I can't remember who made this prediction, but they were low-key right. All right. Well, we didn't get that much that much right this time around. We'll rewatch it though. This is crazy crazy. I like balls too. Don't we all? He's pretty crazy, in my opinion. He's gonna be very, very fun. You know what I should do as well? I should see if we have the English version yet. I do like fast hunters, so I probably will enjoy playing him. And he doesn't seem like super mechanically challenging to control either. It's just, you're gonna have to... I wonder what that is. He gets like a movement speed boost, maybe that's what that is, after going out of his ball form. I'm assuming that's what that is. An interesting thing, which they also did this with Peddler, he has his entire kit to him at the start of the game. He doesn't... I'm assuming his presence upgrades are going to be to, like... I mean, obviously, his full presence... or it might have been the other... Oh, no. His extra, like, secondary ball, is his first presence unlock. So technically he doesn't have his full kit. Oopsie daisy. 20%. 2.5. Oh, wait. What is this 2.5 referring to down here? 20% movement speed, I'm assuming. Down here, there's 2.5. And I'm scared. Wait, 20%, 20%, 5. I'm curious. Translate it, girl. I have no clue how to. Sorry, boot it. But he gets speed buffs. I'm curious to see if this 2.5, when we get the translation, I'm curious to see if this is going to be a range buff. I might actually even show. I'm not sure. Or maybe that's a... Oh, you know what this might be? It's like a... The amount of time you get with this buff. Why does that happen then? Hold on. I'm confused. I'm confused. Why is this buff lasting longer, but this one isn't? I'm confused. We'll find out with the translation. I think I hate this man. I think he looks cool. I think his gameplay looks very challenging, and I enjoy that. I'm gonna use Google Translate, period. What the heck is Cueist? He's balls. Believe it or not. It looks cool, but I'm not gonna be a happy survivor. Valid. I feel like his... Okay, Momo, I don't know if you've seen the entire gameplay, but like, if this is making you go, oh no, I'm not gonna like this, watch this. You have? Okay. So y'all have seen this thing right here, where he can just use this ball at the exit gate to, like, you just have to wait this out, I'm assuming. He looks like so much fun, though. I'm gonna have so much fun playing him. Yeah, this, by the way, do not expect this to... If it goes into live servers on release, don't expect it to stay for very long. It's 100% going to get nerfed. Actively leaving the pool ball's path will enhance Marcus's abilities, increasing most interactions by 20%, movement speed by 20, and allowing him to see the positions of nearby survivors for 5 seconds. Wait. That's another thing we got right, low-key. We had one that was like some sort of horror reading mechanic. Wait, we kind of killed it. For 5 seconds is kind of nuts. Yeah, can we make his head bigger, actually? Does it show the aura reading as well? I don't know if it showed it. I want him to be a bubblehead, exactly. I'm so curious why it lasts less. He's fast. When he leaves, he's fast. He's like... He's literally dressed to impress, walking the runway. The speed is crazy. I don't think he'll be impossible to kite. He'll be tricky though, because he doesn't have anything else in his kit other than this. It's sort of like, yeah, just bring one stack. Oh yeah, you automatically bring one stack of pellet break. He doesn't, he's an M1 hunter, right? So he doesn't do anything damage-wise other than basic stacking. The only thing he really can do to throw off your stuff is if he traps you in a ball and moves you, which he can't move you. It looks like he can only move you a certain distance close to him. So you can still, like, for example, flywheel immediately, like when you come out of the ball. Um, or if you have like a specific ability that you can use that. But also to avoid the ball, it's not necessarily like it's random because it can only follow the path that it's given. So it's almost like if you can imagine having to dodge cats, but using the same gameplay like techniques almost as a naiad or a oh gosh, who else am I thinking of? Almost like a naiad or just like a character who has to set up at pallets, right? So you have to avoid the aura of the ball. And if he sets up, like, for example, a little mini like route for the ball to go around in a specific loop, just leave the loop and go to another one. Because he won't be able to catch up with you unless he uses his ball. Which if you do that, this is actually okay. I'm actually already understanding how to kite him. He seems like he's gonna be tricky. He does for sure. But if he, I feel like at the same time, especially for people who don't really know what they're doing, he's gonna be really easy to mind game and really easy to juke. Because like think about it this way: if he closes off a loop, you just move to another one, similar to Naiad. But if he moves to, like, if he uses the what's it called, this, to catch up to you to go to a different loop, it's sort of like Naiad's dash, where you just kind of go to a different loop on one of the other sides. Um, the only issue with that is he can jump off of it, get the speed boost, and catch you really quickly. So I think he's gonna be a character that really messes up survivors who don't have some sort of like stun, for example, or some easy way to get away. Like I feel like he's gonna get a bit hard countered by harassers, um, and people who are really quick. Like if you can imagine maybe a forward with dashes, or Merc with elbow pads, or Emil. So he's gonna be tricky to kite and tricky to understand how to kite, especially at the start. But he's gonna be interesting. You can also make short walls along with the red ball to make a like mini Mad Eyes walls. True. That would be interesting if you can stun off ball. I think surely it has to work like how um the breaking wheel works. He's going to be a character you have to do rotation strats. Exactly. It's going to be very much, I feel like one of the ways to kite against him is going to be similar to Naiad. Similar to Naiad, maybe a little bit similar to Alva for avoiding the ball. You just have to think about how it moves. Um, but yeah. After placing the first hitting point, Marcus can automatically end it after 25 seconds. Subsequent hitting points will no longer be restricted in distance from the previous one. So I think the way that's the thing that's like explaining is being able to do it like this, not necessarily making a cage, but making a track. Yes, heavily reliant on being teamed up and knowing where he is. I believe the cipher machine, I think Lulu mentioned what it probably does. It seems like it decreases decoding speed. When the hitting points are open and the number of points on the field is limited to 3 or 4, Marcus can connect them end to end to form a closed three-dimensional area. He's going to be really fun to experiment with and figure out. I can already tell. By the way, Jasper, to answer your question, I don't know if you're still here. I restarted stream. Well, didn't restart, but I started an emergency stream. I'm very excited to play him. He looks very interesting. He launches on test servers tomorrow, so we'll get a bunch of test server stuff. I wish I had access, but you know, your boy still does not have I'm still not recognized by NetEase, I guess. NetEase, please give me access. Please. That's so interesting how he can literally go down to. Right? Give me test server access, please. Yeah, we'll get there at some point. What's good about this is the distance that you have for moving between these seems super forgiving. Like, this seems very, very forgiving. In the sense that it's not gonna, like, you're not gonna miss it as you go by creating one. Which I think is good. Yeah, give me the whole game's code, please. That'd be fun if they did a game mode where they let, like, the community choose, like, buffs and nerfs. Like a silly game mode. I think that'd be very fun. Oh my gosh, what's up, May? Yeah, we had to do an emergency stream because this man is crazy, I fear. His full presence is it's gonna make him a lot scarier, I feel like, because his full presence lets him get off of his ball form faster. I saw the ping on Discord, and what is this? It's it's an experience. It's pretty much the complete opposite of what I expected. He's the new Hela, I fear. I think people were like, he's almost like the next Sangria, but with better map pressure. Which I can see it. He looks like a lot of fun. Also, like, the connections between Alva are really... They just keep going. They really do keep going. Like, this... If you squint hard enough, everyone would be like, oh my gosh, wait, this Alva rework looks crazy. Yeah, he's so short. He's almost completely survivor height. Like, almost exactly survivor height. That's crazy. So now whenever I play Hunter, I can feel so coquette. So coquette, tiny, and petite. Yeah, he really is like palette size. With the palette standing at full height, he's only like a little taller than it, I think. That is crazy. Imagine pulling up to the match playing Cueist and wondering, why am I not decoding? Can you imagine if they made it so he could hide his red stain? So that, like, you could run up to ciphers and pretend to decode them? They really need to have a hunter that can do that. This game has been out for how many years? What's crazy is you have to stay for 2 seconds in the path before you can leave. That is going to make him a bit tricky, I feel like. It looks like, I think there might be a cooldown for it too. One. Oh yeah, you see down here on the bottom right. Almost 8 years. Holy. So you have a control for getting off of it and a control for swapping to a different one. His gameplay looks nice, but it also looks complicated. He's gonna be one of those... How do I explain him? He really is almost like Sangria, but with more steps. Like, he's a little bit more complicated, but the trade-off for being a little bit more complicated is the movement. There's a lot less room for error compared to Sangria, and there's a lot more capability to, like, get to places faster. But at the same time, there's a lot less capabilities to use it in chase. What if you're chasing someone and accidentally send yourself to basement? True. 2 seconds seems like a lot, but it doesn't seem like the paths have a limit, so you can just put a path between a pallet and mind game, like your life depends on it. True. I'm really interested. This is one of those times, this is rare for me. I don't feel this way often, specifically on like new releases for stuff. I'm really curious to see how pro players are going to use him. Like, I'm very, very interested. I didn't feel that way with Peddler. I didn't feel that way with really any hunter. This one, I'm really curious to see how they're going to like use stuff. And if they're going to use, for example, the paths in chase. Maximum control time for the monster, I assume ball mode, is 30 seconds. Maximum control time. So you can stay on the path for 30 seconds. Aha. So once you enter the path, you cannot perform normal attacks and you cannot interact with it. So I think that does confirm that, like, he will not have... Like, you won't be able to stun him out of it. Pro players are so scary, but they can also act a little confused. Valid. I'm very excited for this this release. I'm Hydra 30 stars. I'm definitely gonna main him. I want to see how the public goes against him. Same. I plan on ranking with him. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Also, Hydra? Girl, Ariana, what are you doing here? Oh my gosh, hi Keegan. Guys, that's my friend Keegan. I know that person. Long time no see. Long time no see. I don't think pro players will hardcore practice with him right now, but most likely in the future when he's closer to being added in tourney servers. Valid. Do you think he'll be banned from duos? I think he will, specifically because of his mini ball. Are you insanely quiet? Should I be loud? I feel like the path lasting 80 seconds is kind of crazy long. No, I agree. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. S-Badge Fool's Gold, but that doesn't mean anything. Well, that's one way to put it, I fear. Yeah, I feel like with this ball, one word to describe me is loud. I feel like this ball is gonna that's what's gonna turn him into, like, he's gonna be banned from duos for sure. Oh, rest in peace, May. I'm sorry, boot it. This is crazy. Imagine, like, Oh my gosh. Imagine putting the path points on ciphers, sending the ball towards them, and once you capture someone who's trying to decode, you just like you bring them right to you. That's crazy. His map pressure is low-key insane. Okay, this is his full presence. It makes essentially just makes us recharge faster. And I really wanted him in duos, rest in peace. I'm pretty sure he'll end up being not included in duos. That's a pretty substantial recharge buff, in my opinion. And also, on top of that, on top of this from full presence, you also get this. Oh yeah, you could absolutely... The only reason why I don't think this will be completely OP is because you 100% can either flywheel in time or use like a any sort of movement ability or a stun. Also, I think his full presence buffs 3 things. It buffs the speed at which things travel. For example, the ball moves faster. I'm assuming him as well. This might be full presence. This might be first, actually. No, it can't be first. Maybe if it's... No, because it's not connected. Okay, I'm confused. But I'm assuming full presence buffs the speed of... Wait, no. Okay, no, it doesn't. So why is that way? Whatever. We'll find out. We'll find out later. But his full presence makes these recharge faster. And also make him... Like, this recovery time is almost halved, I think. Oh, yeah. You can continue placing paths even if a ball is on the path. So the mind gaming is going to go crazy. I am excited to see how people try and use that in chases, because I feel like it's going to be really, really difficult to. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. I think being able to place stuff, like for example, here, where is it? Oh my gosh, like here, this is going to be the most practical use for it, is just patrolling the map, pretty much. I don't think you're really going to use that in chase much. I think in chase, you're going to be using the ball primarily. But I think he also is going to be someone in persona webs. You're going to need heavy chase stuff. So like, I think he might work really well with confined. Potentially. I don't think you need to go trump card with him because you can move so fast. So you don't need like to swap to warp or TP. And you don't really need what's the codes? Oh, that's interesting. When moving near a survivor's carnival chair, the cue ball's kinetic energy depletes faster. Within 3.5 seconds, Marcus can click or drag the button again to capture the survivor's cue ball. Hear me out. You ball the rescuer right next to the chair and then hop... Oh, wait, that's crazy. Hear me out. Let's remove him from the game and add Hunter Melly instead. True. I thought he was going to be really bad. If I'm honest, I thought he was going to be bad and Melly was going to be crazy strong. But honestly, Cueist does not look like he's going to be bad. He looks like he's going to be difficult to play correctly, but he doesn't look like he's going to be bad. For sure. But yeah, that could be crazy. Using the ball to capture, because you can, presumably, you can use the ball exactly how you would use it here and just place it on chair. And when someone steps on it, I'm assuming there's like a timer for it. Oh, you can stop the body block if you trap the person helping. That could be difficult though, because you might accidentally trap the wrong person. He might be a tie with heavy win probability Hunter. That's how he's looking, in my opinion. definitely doesn't look like a hunter who's going to absolutely stomp every match in 4K. But he doesn't look like a hunter that is going to, like, his angle is looking like tie. It lasts 16 seconds going around and around. I'm assuming it'll probably last 16 standing still too, if I had to guess. Yeah, I wouldn't fully form your opinions on like him yet, because this is something that like everyone does and it always backfires. Like whenever Archer released, for example, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so OP," and then look at her now. Of course, she did get a lot of buffs, but a better example would be Peddler, where she looked crazy overloaded. Her kit seemed really strong. She gets everything at the start, but she's kind of completely forgotten about, if I'm being so honest. So I feel like I'm not gonna like 100% say that he's gonna be super uh, annoying to go against or super super strong. I can tell that he's gonna be difficult. I don't need to like wait to see how he plays, but like don't form your full opinion on a character until you can actually play as and against the character. That's my humble opinion. Let's get loud. Biggest thing, biggest word of advice I should say, if you are going against a hunter that you find really difficult to go against, one of the best ways to learn how to go against them is to play them. If you don't know how to play against a Naiad, play as Naiad, and you'll end up understanding how people play as Naiad so that you'll be able to adapt how you play against Naiad. Rubbing my hands together waiting for his official release. True. I really hope I get lucky with pulls and just end up getting him for free, because like I don't want to have to see his release and see everyone else having fun with him and I have to wait. It's so annoying. I hate it. At least now, because whenever I started making content, my approach was, okay, I'm not gonna look at any leaks or anything at all for upcoming characters. So with that in mind, if I didn't get lucky with the gacha, I would have had to wait. Like that's what happened with Hella Blue. I had to wait for him to actually release to the public fully because I didn't get lucky with his skin. So I couldn't play IDV because I wanted to avoid leaks, but like unfortunately, I'll probably end up getting unlucky because I always get unlucky. But at least I won't have to just avoid IDV for like the extra week before he gets fully released. I'm very excited for this hunter though. He looks very interesting. Very interesting. Very Oh, that's fun. His attack recovery animation, he applies chalk to his Q stick. That's cool. Like, right? He's half the chair size. No, literally. Look at him back there. He's so short. Look at him back there. He's tiny, dude. I'm honestly glad that they're doing that, though. Because if all the hunters were just huge, crazy, blah, 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 it'd be boring. Give us a character that's the size of a hamster. Turn the patroller into a proper hunter. That's gonna seem crazy. Because, like, if you're stuck in an area like this, for example, and he uses the ball, if you are unlucky with the timing, there's no way to avoid it. You either avoid it. Actually, if that happens, okay, let's have a little bit of like a thought, sort of, what's the word? Trying to understand this. If, for example, you're in this situation I love this twink. He looks like so much fun. Let's say you're in this situation, right? You are this gravekeeper running this way, and the Cueist just put down the ball, and the ball is about to run at you. In this situation, I think just running into the ball is the better option instead of trying to avoid it and just getting basic attacked. Because one, if you run back, you get basic attacked, you're wasting no time. If you run into it, sure, you might get caught from it, but you're still wasting a little bit more time. And at the same time, he can only place you so close to him. So for example, here, you can flywheel, right? You can flywheel. This gravekeeper could go back into the ground. Would you like the translation of the abilities? I think it's Arthur's been like throwing translations in, but if you like want to throw it in like the Discord, for example. Isn't the ball like a 3.5-second stun for the survivor because he can trap you there for that amount of time? Technically, but like, for example, if I feel like that's only going to be viable if you're dealing with someone harassing. Yeah, don't waste abilities avoiding the ball, because whenever you get released, you have the time to use it. Exactly. In this situation, yes, it's a stun here, but it's a stun in which you can't do anything here. But he also can't do anything to you. So, like, yeah, you can't use anything to get out of this at this point, but he can't hit you until he places you as well. And for example, since you're Gravekeeper, you could either flywheel or go back down into the ground. It's like easily. Right? I'm curious how that, like, how this works for the survivor side. Like, what does this look like? What POV do you go to? Sent translations and media, period. Okay, we have everything here now, which is nice. You know what? Yeah, we'll open these. Thank you, Arthur, for throwing the translations in chat, but we do have we have just like little pages here, which is nice. He's specifically designed for a non-commit, non-camp playstyle. I love it. I love it. I do love like I love the non-camp playstyle, and any hunter that like makes it so that you have the ability to not camp and for it to actually be viable, love. And the non-commit, it's pretty much exactly how I play. Right? Like I often end up swapping targets and I don't like tunnel. So what you're going to want to do is once you get your first down, you just immediately run to try and find another person. Instead of like camping, waiting for them to get saved, and then committing to that one person. I'm very excited to play him. Okay, Inertia. When Marcus leaves the sphere's path of movement, his physical abilities are enhanced, increasing most control speeds by 20% and movement speed by 20%, while revealing locations of all nearby survivors. This lasts for 5 seconds. I really like these abilities, right? It's very satisfying. That is true, though. If there comes a trait that seals the chair like in duos, it would be crazy. That's true. Pocket Shot. After Marcus leaves the sphere's path, inertia is strengthened for each injured survivor within the sphere. So within like the within the sphere. After Marcus leaves the sphere's path, inertia is strengthened for each injured survivor within, I'm assuming this means within the wait, that's crazy. Wait, that's crazy. Okay, so this is boosting inertia. Inertia lasts for a base of 5 seconds. You can get an, I'm assuming this means a maximum, oh yeah, okay. Wait, that's crazy. You can get a maximum of this 20% move speed and control speed plus 50% aura reading for 15 seconds. Max. If you have like it maxed, which granted you're not going to get that every single time, but that's kind of crazy. He seems okay. I'm glad he isn't too OP like Color when he first came out. I agree. He seems okay. He seems strong. He doesn't seem OP. And I think the reason why that's the case is because he seems strong, but he very clearly seems difficult to use properly. I think this means if they're in like the little contained area, yeah, it'll be very rare to have that max. Usually his mid game will be too injured. Is that like just in general, if you have 2 injured survivors, you get the buff, or do they have to be in a specific place for you to get that buff? Because if they have to be in, for example, the aura of your tracks, like the little cage you can make, that seems interesting. In the trailer, it looks like it's just general injuries. That's kind of nuts. Because, yeah, a 10-second boost is pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, Marcus sets up impact points one by one on the map and connects them to determine the movement path. A fixed path is formed by placing a new impact point within a certain time after the first impact point is placed. Okay. The route generation distance is limited to a minimum of 4 meters and a maximum of 35 meters. He gets cooked in big maps, though. Does he? I feel like he doesn't. I feel like he's, like, actually pretty good in big maps because he can just move around so fast. Yeah, 10 seconds is a long time. Virtual monster. Marcus can choose any point on a route within a radius of 8 meters and automatically move along that route at high speed as a monster in a box. By using a skill while moving, you can teleport to any point on the route. Wait, this is interesting. Can you use this to redirect yourself on the route? He'd struggle to have his setups made and available in big maps. I can see that. I know he will not struggle with moving around big maps, but having, like, because obviously you have to remember that he's a recharge-based hunter, and you're not going to have, like, infinite points to create all the time. But yeah, I mean, you can counter roller coaster. Interesting. He can only go one direction on the route, but he can dash into different routes. Because, like, are you not able to, like, for example, as you're going down this, could you, because whenever you hop on it, you have the arrow determining which direction you're going. If you're on this, could you look around and just dash onto, like, okay, picture this with me here. You're on this section of this little line. If you move on to this line, can you look back, turn around, and jump to this line you were on and move to change the direction? Or does it count as still one route and you have to jump to a completely different route, not a completely different section of the route? Like opera? Bring out the drawing board, right? I don't think you can dash onto the same line. Unfortunate. That would make his movement even more crazy, to be fair. That kind of also does, like, increase the amount of skill expression that you need, or not necessarily skill expression, but skill requirement that you need, because you need to know when you should move and when you shouldn't, because if you jump on it, again, you can't jump off of it for like 2 seconds when you jump on it. So if you jump onto a line on accident, you're kind of screwed. Because you can't change direction and you can't jump off of it immediately. I wonder if you can do like opera cape strats and make a new route as you dash. I mean, technically, it looks like you can. Because, like, for example, if you'd have to have a route already set up, like here, for example. Like, hold on. There's actually a point that shows it perfectly. But you can't, like, I think I understand what you mean. You can't, I don't think you're going to be able to make a new route as you're creating a second one. Like, you can make a route, like here, for example. But once you have this route created, unless you, like, I don't know if you finalize, how do you finalize it? I think you just press this to finalize it. You might be able to, honestly. But I'm not sure. You might be able to. That could be very interesting. Because I'm pretty sure you can use this to just finalize it without, yeah, you can use that triangle button right here to finalize it without, what's it called? And from there, you can just start making another one. So honestly, you probably could. That's going to be like a high skill requirement thing. Because you'd be able to jump onto this one, finalize it midair, potentially, and start creating a new one as you're moving on to this one. Oh, he's going to be so much fun. My question is, in what scenarios would you want to finalize at 2 dots? I think the only real scenarios would be if you, like, because you could use it, for example, you make a straight line going one way and you're like, oh, wait, I kind of don't want to go this way. You can finalize, start a new line early to go pretty much the opposite direction you need to go. And you don't waste time going all the way back to that point back there. And the other one would be using the straight lines to create a point for your, like a, what's the actual name of it? For your handball to go down. Put one in a cipher and another on a different cipher on or a chair and finalize it. It may activate the scan thing. Potentially. Potentially. All right, let's look at these still. Monster can be controlled for up to 30 seconds if a monster in the box is in the path, normal attacks and controls are disabled. And it is no longer subject to physical collisions or control effects, but skills can still be activated. So you can't like what's it called? You can't stun him out of it, which is, I think is so unbelievably needed for him to actually be good. Because if you imagine, like, oh, Cueist, I need to get to this side of the map before they finish this cipher. My name is Enchantress. I'm gonna 1 second stun you. You can't go on your ball now. Like, that would be so infuriating to play against. That would be so annoying. Okay. After Marcus places the first impact point, if he ends it himself or the impact point placement ends up okay. He can end it himself or the impact point will automatically end after 25 seconds. The next impact point will no longer be subject to distance restrictions, rather. So I think that's essentially saying if you end it yourself, you can pause. Whoa, that's crazy. If you finalize the route you're already making, the next point you make will essentially be the start of a new route. At the same time, he'll still be weak to harassers, yeah. He'll be very... Harassers will definitely mess with him quite a bit. Entropy control. Starting 6 seconds after the containment area is formed, the area's interior will be scanned once every 38 seconds until it disappears. When an area is scanned, the outlines of the survivors within it and the progress of the single cipher machine, so of one cipher machine, with the most decoding progress, are all displayed for 5 seconds. At the same time, the progress of the cipher machine will be reduced by 20% and the cipher machine will be counted. So it'll show, surely that has to be once. That's literally crazy. That's like built-in, what's it called? Built-in excitement. No, wrong one. Abnormal. In terms of meta playstyle, bro, I can't. In terms of meta playstyle, where you camp his goal will be tunnel one survivor out, then never hard commit unless you can guarantee a down and pressure survivors using his red ball, bringing survivors to him to hit. True. You have. Oh, I understand. So it's if you have this right, you set this up. If there's still a survivor on it after, like, when the scan happens, then the cipher machine gets reduced. Right? That's how it works? It's not like it will 100% get reduced no matter what. You have to be decoding for it to get reduced. He's gonna be so annoying. I can feel it. You just need to leave the AoE the string creates. I see. Oh, so if he really is kind of like a works almost like a naiad. If you stay in the AoE, like say he makes a big AoE, and if you can't get out of the AoE in 5 seconds, his the cipher machine will get reduced. Because I'm under the impression of you have to be actively decoding the cipher for the reduction to happen. But if it's you have to if it's actually um if you are in if there's anyone in the radius when the scan happens, the cipher gets reduced, that's nuts. That's like actually really, really good map pressure. That's really good. And surely that has to be like once um every yeah, okay. Each cipher machine has a 37-second cooldown and progress cannot be reversed during the countdown. So it happens, the cipher machine will get cut in half during the scan, not cut in half, but cut by 20% during the scan, and then it goes on a 7-second cooldown. And after that's up, then the scan happens again, and it can get reduced by another 20. That's really crazy. Okay, it's actually okay. You got it's 1/5 of a cipher progress, so it's a lot. But I feel like given how fast you can build up cipher progress, especially in endgame with advanced or accelerated decoding, it's not gonna feel as crazy. Technically, in 38 seconds, you can get around 47% true. Yeah, this cipher machine will be counted. I think that's just saying it will show um the total progress it has on it. And I think you can watch that happen in the video. Okay, handball. Marcus launches the cue ball along the path of your choice, and the cue ball automatically moves along that path for 16 seconds. Energy consumption increases and movement time decreases near rocket chairs where survivors are restrained. When an active survivor passes within a certain range, the cue ball quickly locks onto the target and captures it. Marcus can tap or drag the button again within 3.5 seconds to move the captured survivor's cue ball within a circular area 8 to 11 meters around him. So yeah, you can't bring it like you can't bring it super super close to you and insta hit, which I think first off, props to NetEase for thinking of that, because that is actually very smart. I feel like 8 meters being the minimum or the maximum, no, technically, yeah, minimum distance you can place is really, really good. Like that, I feel like that's perfect, in fact. I I think the only thing I would change about this like ability is maybe its effectiveness near other objectives, like for example, doors. But even then, like it looks like it'll be crazy, but all you have to do is wait it out and be patient. Like just don't run into the ball and you'll be fine. The only time that will be super super difficult is if you're like last person pretty much. And he puts it on like dungeon, for example. How is he weak against harassers? If you capture a harasser, you get 3.5 seconds to pick up the survivor and guarantee a chair. True, true, yeah. I think the way I'm thinking about it with harassers specifically is if like you're actively chasing someone and you're getting harassed. Like if you have, for example, an enchantress kiting with someone or a like a like a prospector actively chasing someone. But also, yeah, the harasser would have to be near um the line for it to get captured. Or because you don't have to have it in a line, if you're in a spot where you can like put the ball down stationary, and if you're in a spot where the harasser would have to run through the line or have to run through the ball to save, that would be a really safe pickup, to be completely fair. Also, the other thing that I just realized is this is wait, what? Okay, I'm confused now. When an active survivor, okay. Energy consumption increases and movement time decreases near rocket chairs where survivors are restrained. So this on the left, someone is near the chair. On the right, someone is not near the chair. I recognize that melody. Guys, we need to talk about it. Aisha Erotica's new album is insane. There's no skips on that album. I've been listening to it constantly. It's so good. A pro violinist can put his string wherever, but he's still... Wait, hold on. A pro violinist can put his string wherever, but he's still bad. I feel like using a violinist comparison is tricky, though. It's the same mechanics to set it up, but also at the same time, you're not necessarily restricted to one line. You can technically make two. And who knows, especially like in situations earlier on in his release, like his official release, someone might not expect the rebound of the of his handball. Because like, yeah, you can place it down, for example. But then they might be like, oh, all clear, I'll run in now, but not expect it to come back. You know what I mean? So I could see it being good against harassers, specifically when you're like I think it won't be bad. I don't think it'll be insane, but I don't think it'll be bad against harassers, specifically in instances where you need to pick up someone. But if he's like actively chasing someone and you have like a batter, for example, it's going to be very difficult to counter that harassing, I think. I think that's probably going to be the number one way to play against him. That's true. That's true. I think he's going to have certain harassers that he does counter. Forward, that's pretty true. I can agree. He straight up counters forward the same way Hermit does, placing a red ball above the survivor and and picking up the survivor inside the red ball. I feel like that's definitely, especially since there's no like his handball doesn't work how like Hullabaloo's red zone works, for example. Like it's not a if you enter the zone, there's like a 0.5 second timer before you get caught. It's like instant as soon as you enter the zone. So as soon as a forward would enter the zone, you would instantly get trapped by it. So that is very true. It's more about harassing during chase because even if he can pick up a survivor, he needs to get that for down first, which he'll struggle with for sure. He really said, "We ballin', we're balling." I'm excited to see what his accessory is gonna look like. More so, what his skin is gonna look like, but you know what I mean. If he even gets one. Oh no, he's not gonna get one because only shot punchers get the accessory. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Cueist. You will probably be forgotten cosmetically as a hunter. Like Hullabaloo was forgotten. You will probably be forgotten because everyone already hates your design. So natives will be like, we don't really care. We won't end up making any money off of this one. Everyone already hates him. I think his skin, I don't know what his like the in-game model looks like, but his I said this during stream earlier today. His the card art for it looks a lot better than the splash art. The splash art makes him look really stupid, in my opinion. But like the little card looks quite a lot better, in my opinion. That's true. Hala is getting a rank accessory. It's also an A accessory, right? That's like, I have to play rank now. Like, it's not necessary. I want to play rank Cueist, but it's not necessarily that I want to play rank. It's that I have to play rank now because Hullabaloo's getting a A tier accessory. It's important to note that the reduced ball speed and duration is only right next to the chair, so picking up the rescuer and taking him out immediately is almost as efficient. That's true. Yes! Yes! Dude, I'm very excited. it's I've been okay. I did not expect to be streaming for an hour just talking about this character. This is a 4 minute long trailer. 4 minute long trailer, and we've been streaming for an hour just talking about this. This is the epitome of unemployed and mentally ill. We ranking on stream. That's true. I will be ranking on stream. But not until Cueist releases. I want my sanity intact as much as possible. So I will not be ranking until Cueist releases. But I want to go for a badge for him. I think that'd be fun. I'm assuming the game plan with this camp will be a line that goes away from chair, then proxy camp, try and get a hit on rescuer, and have another dot on chair to place the red zone on true. Kind of how Wax camps with his blob. I can also imagine people will end up playing him like how Alva's camp by just like wasting time. Like if you're in a situation where survivor's last chair, second stage, they're super close to dying, but you know the rescuer would end up making it if you don't do something. You can pick them up with the ball, wait the long 3.5 second stun, and then like throw them further away from chair, so they don't get it. You'd have the pressure of going in early, but also having to get to chair safely. True. I think no, that'd be difficult. I think the best way to save against him, if he is for some reason camping, because I don't think camping with him is going to be his, most, at least with every single chair. I could see like first chair being good to camp on so that you have extra pressure and you only have to worry about 3 other characters. But like he's not a camp hunter, he's map pressure, so. I think journalists and knight will be a hard rescue counter since they can rescue from anywhere. That's true. That's true. Also, I could see escapologist being potentially good. Because while escapologist is obviously not a camp hunter, he also, if you do camp with him, he's a camp setup hunter. You're gonna have to set up something. Oh, that's interesting. Can he red ball rescue Orphe? Okay. So maybe a journalist wouldn't be that crazy. Meaning journalists can't be chased. Interesting. So you're nerfing journalists rescue, but you're also nerfing yourself if you chase journalists in a way, because you won't be able to use your chase ability to hit her better. You'd have to depend on your raw chase, not the handball. I'm gonna be honest though, like I was definitely, whenever I was like hoping for gameplay, I was hoping it would like be fun, I didn't really care if it was super crazy OP or meta defining, but I just hoped it would be fun. I think one of the things that they did here with his gameplay and his kit that I didn't really expect, everything fits really, really well thematically with his gameplay, or with his lore, in my opinion. But like everything about his kit, I can look at this, for example, and be like, oh, this could be like a callback to specifically the Maxwell's demon theory, where like in this situation the survivor turns into a molecule, and now he like determines where it goes, sort of like how the demon and the Maxwell's demon theory controls the molecules in the box. So like his kit design is also, it fits thematically, in my opinion, with his lore as well, which is very satisfying to me. This is a poor showcase of how effective this ability is going to be. Because not only, I believe, this might be max distance. Like, this might be you placing it as far away as possible. I'm not sure. This might be 8 meters. It might be 11. I'm not entirely sure. But you're also standing still. You can move whenever you use that ability. So obviously you're not going to lose a super amount of distance. I predicted a dash or sorts as well as an AoE that stuns. So while I was thinking the wrong kind of way, that's true. Yeah, I was right in concept. Valid. We actually got, whenever we did, because we did predictions earlier today, we did get quite a few things correct. Obviously, he is secretly a drag queen and is bald, but like we predicted he had an aura reading mechanic, and he absolutely does. He can technically go through walls and obstacles. Pool billiard themed gameplay, obviously. He is, I don't know if he's necessarily more of a niche, but I would argue he's clerk strong in the sense that you have to know exactly what you're doing for him to seem super, super strong. I was at work during the predictions. Rest in peace. He really is sort of like if you took the thought process to clerk, but the similar gameplay loop to Sangria. Because yeah, you have a very good map pressure hunter that you know can do aura reading, can affect cipher progress, can camp doors really well, but also you have Sangria's like obviously it's not exactly, but similar core movement. Today's Mother's Day from where I'm from. I couldn't be there. Sad, rest in peace. He could also prevent survivors from priming a cipher. That part of it seems so strong. It's literally opera with violinist mechanics to create zones, then clerk playstyle, truly. Wait, it's opera with violinist mechanics plus somewhat naiad mechanics. Because you have violinist to play stuff, and then naiad mechanics for the zones, and then you have clerk's playstyle. He seems difficult to play. He seems very tricky. I love it though. I'm so glad that they like aren't like adding super easy hunters. Cause this hunter seems strong, but he seems definitely very difficult to play properly, which I think is very, very good. Getting tired of Hello and Goatman, valid. Yes, I agree. We very much need more mechanically difficult. I was hoping he would be a projectile based hunter, because I love projectile based hunters. I love Ripper. I love Violetta. I love all the projectile based hunters. So I wish he was more projectile based, if I'm honest, and I mean like projectile based chip damage sort of situation. But I do like my two like favorite types of hunters is projectile based hunters and hunters that are very, very fast. Very, very fast and don't rely on camping. Those are like the two types of hunters that I really love. So I'm glad that he is at least one of those. I was hoping he had like that one trickster perk and makes his knives bounce through. I do wish he was a projectile hunter. We need projectile hunters. Please, please. Give us projectile-based hunters. Please. Am I going crazy? I just had like a random boust, if you will, of not deja vu, but like my memory being good randomly. Have we done Cueist predictions? Did we do predictions for him back whenever he, like, his official art, like, design got teased? I swear we did predictions. Did we do predictions back then? We did? I completely forgot about that. Hold on. Hold the phone. Am I stupid? Don't answer that question. I think we did, but I never turned it into a video. Yeah, because it was mostly focused on Efron. I don't think I put that on a video, but we did do all three. Do I have that still? Hold on. Let me see if I still have that. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I have the what's it called? The predictions that we made, at least not on hand. Maybe I'll look back at them and see if we got anything right there as well. All right, streaming for an extra hour and a half. Did not intend to. I think this is, oh my gosh, Twitter. This might be where we end stream. Did we miss anything here? Hit point survivor. Marcus can tap or drag. We already got that. Improves Marcus's billiard ball skills, increasing the charge time of his billiard point. Additionally, the landing action speed increases after leaving his path. So that's just full pres. All right, yeah. I think we overviewed pretty much everything. Holy cow, this character is gonna be fun. I'm so excited. Same. Holy cow. All right, well, yeah. Unexpected. I thought we were gonna get gameplay stuff on Sunday, but I guess not. We got it today. Period. Thanks for joining, guys, and nerding out with me. That was very, very fun. I love nerding out with y'all. I'm gonna end stream here though. I'm excited for whenever we get the chance to actually play him. NetEase, please give me test server access, please, please, please. Should I like email NetEase and see if they'd give me it? Maybe I have to be proactive. I shouldn't wait until they come to me and be like, you want test server access? Maybe I should be like, can I have test server access? I don't even know how I'd email them. All right, I am going to end stream though. Thank you guys for joining. I will see you. Oh, I will see you next week. Streaming every day, Monday through Friday. I'll be alternating streaming Carnival Hunt Alpha and Identity V. So, I'll have some variety next week. I'm excited for more Carnival Hunt stuff. That game is so much fun. If you don't know what it is, it's another asymmetrical horror game. I highly recommend you watch the stream. Playing Doge, because it's very fun. But yeah, I'll see you guys then. Thanks for joining stream. Oh gosh, where's my YouTube? Yeah, all right. Thanks for joining. Bro, I can't speak English. Thanks for joining stream. I appreciate. I will see you guys on Monday for more stream.